of stuff around here.
The 90s babies in A House grouped themselves into loosely bound crews.
You ain't with it, you against it, you know what I'm saying? Get down, lay down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how we eat.
Robbing and stealing to get what they want.
Life is gonna be life, but it don't stop with no matter where you at. Hey, Don, we're gonna eat by any means necessary, and I mean any means necessary. Any means necessary.
Fam, what's going on, man? It's your boy E.I. the King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast. Today, I'm doing a reaction video of the most notorious prison in the state of Georgia that probably every convict who's gone to prison in the state of Georgia has definitely been to. The Georgia Diagnostic and Classification Prison, also known as Jackson. So before we go ahead and check out this video, man, y'all do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and let's go ahead and check out the most notorious prison in the state of Georgia, the Georgia Diagnostic and Classification Prison, also known as Jackson. Let's go ahead and check it out, y'all.
They bring the code of the streets into prison and rule through intimidation and aggression. It's a population shift that can be seen most dramatically on the tier called A House.
It's a crazy place. It's dog eat dog. When you're weak, they'll take you out.
I mean, they don't give us no activities to do, so we make our own activities.
They'll rob from you. They'll take everything you got.
A-House stands for A-Town. We run now.
Just wild, young. I've been through here before, and it's a lot different.
You older guys and stuff like me, myself, they have to watch out because young guys gonna get it. They gonna get whatever they want to get.
That is known as a gauntlet mass. That mass has made a lot of stuff around here.
The 90s babies in A House grouped themselves into loosely bound crews.
You ain't with it, you against it, you know what I'm saying? Get down, lay down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how we eat.
Robbing and stealing to get what they want.
Life is gonna be life, but it don't stop with no matter where you at. Hey, Don, we're gonna eat by any means necessary, and I mean any means necessary. Any means necessary.
A House may be a tough place to do time. It's just as tough for officers like Travis Conklin to work their shift.
They call it A-House.
All right, so quick question for all the convicts who did prison time in Georgia. So obviously Jackson is an intake prison, but I'm assuming they got people who can be permanently housed here as well doing their prison time. So is Jackson live like that? You know what I mean? I'm just assuming that it's people who are just getting to prison and they're probably just trying to like show out and try to get some prison rank, or maybe they really are on that and they could be like extorting and robbing and things like that. So y'all let me know, is it really popping off like that at Jackson? And then also too, just in totality, when it comes to the prisons in the state of Georgia, it's robbery, extortion. Is that a big thing? Of course, I mean, it happens all throughout the nation at any prison, but I know that some states are maybe more known for that, and other states' prison culture kind of like frowns on it, and it's not really that common. So y'all let me know, what is like the normal playing ground for prisons in Georgia for those who did time in prisons in Georgia, and let me know in the comments.
The Thunderdome. You know, you've got a lot of the young cats, new cats that come in here. Let go, you nuts. Let go. So every day they do test you and want to see how far they can push you. I like to say that I'm a babysitter because, yes, these are grown men, but they act just like children. Pull in. You got your card? Make sure you grab your card. Make sure you have your ID card.
In A House, robberies and fights are the norm, and today, Conklin has yet another incident on his hands.
Hey, let me see y'all's foreheads real quick. We got word from an inmate that he was robbed. He described the inmate as a black male, roughly a little bit taller than me, that had a money bag symbol in the middle of his forehead. Big guy, let me see your forehead real quick. Just look at me. If I have to come in, I'm gonna handcuff you anyways for being insubordinate.
Though the crime has already happened, Conklin must catch the offender to keep the peace. So this corrections officer must assume a new role, detective.
Hey, both y'all, let me see your foreheads real quick. He ain't on the back. So the guy with the money bag on his head is in there, right?
He's in 121 right now. He said he still sleeps in there.
86 Conklin to A corridor. We're gonna go up, check.
And also too, bro, not to be negative, but this guy, he's definitely, I'm sure, having a hard time being a correctional officer. And the reason why is because he's disrespectful, bro. He's rude, you know what I mean? Just with his attitude, the way that he talks to the men that are incarcerated there. So of course, bro, he's a young kid. A lot of these convicts, bro, they're just gonna give him a hard time, sell him out, talk trash to him, and it does nothing to him but make him worse and makes him more of a douchebag. And again, I'm not trying to be negative, but you can just tell with his attitude, the way that he's talking. But what he fails to realize is that he's really making his job a lot harder for himself. If he actually treated people with respect and decency, people, I'm sure, would give him a lot more respect than they do. So all the convicts watching, bro, let me hear your thoughts, not just about this guy, but other correctional officers in general who are rude and disrespectful, and how that can backfire on them, of them just trying to do their job. But really, they're not just doing their job. They're going like above and beyond, like being negative and being, you know, a douchebag.
His room, make sure to see if he has any of the. Damn.
You know we ain't in here, boss hog.
Wait,
You know we ain't
still. I'll stand still. All right.
We eating. That's all.
All right.
Man.
I'll let you step out right here. Go. We'll go. You step out. You stand right here.
And just like on the street, the location is searched, a weapon is found,
All right. Put your hands behind your back. Turn around.
and the suspect is taken into custody.
All right. You do know why we're doing this, right?
For what?
All right. Put your hands behind your back.
That ain't me.
You were easily described by the inmate as you were the one that ran around with a mask and held a shank to his neck.
Oh, no.
Make it easy. He was in the room with four other ones and he had the shank in there.
This is a scene that plays out every day at Jackson, making it a tough environment to survive, especially for those at risk of becoming prey. The prison's rigid control provides protection as new inmates adapt to the realities of doing time.
All right, yellow and green, come on. You got green, you need to stop right there. Don't move. Wide.
That's those three right there.
Got 3 new arrivals?
Yeah.
All right. When I holler out your last name, listen up to your bed number. Wilson. Bed 76 bottom. 76 bottom. Wilds. Bed 23 top. 23 top.
But Wilds' first housing assignment is an open dorm, with no cells to keep others in check. And despite the prison's efforts, sooner or later, every outsider has to stand up for themselves.
I was like, all right, when I go beyond this, now I'm gonna be, you know, by myself. That was kind of scary for a minute, I'll be honest, it really was.
First word out of your mouth, this institution will be sir. Last word out of your mouth will be sir.
Georgia's Diagnostic and Classification Prison is the front end of the state system.
Everybody understand me?
Yes, sir.
All right, come on in. Going in the shower, right side of that table. Let's go, make it happen.
It's a prison of new arrivals, all trying to blend into the crowd while setting a routine for doing time.
First, it was kind of hard for me, you know, after all my life never really working. I don't like to work. It's not that I don't like to, I say I never work. I'm trying hard, and I'm pushing myself to get into a routine. Pull in my 8 hours, come home, like all of us do, and see what kind of life I can live when I get out.
At 52, Jose Lopez is one of the old-timers here. In and out of prison for over 30 years, he's now back in again on drug trafficking charges.
All right, y'all. So real quick, two things. Number one, looks is everything in prison, but looks can also be deceitful. What I mean by that, the guy that showed a little bit earlier, who they were saying in a previous episode, like he's shark bait and he's scared going to prison his first time. And of course, you know, white guy, kind of nerdy looking with glasses. Of course, you know, people are going to automatically look at him and they're going to think he's sweet. You know what I mean? They're going to think that he may have some bad charges, you know, some sex offenses or whatever. They're going to think that he's scared, and just with his body language, they're going to be on him. But the reason why I say that looks is everything, right, is number one, because if you look like shark bait, people are going to assume you are, and they're going to be after you. Especially with body language. Body language is everything, but looks are also deceitful. And what I mean by that, bro, I met plenty of guys in the chain gang, bro, who look like nerds, who look like some scary old white boys or whatever it is, bro, and they are bumping. Probably because so many people have pressed them, in which they've had to defend themselves, that they've gotten good, or maybe just naturally good fighters in general. But for the most part, those guys will get a reputation pretty quick. Like, all right, he may look sweet, but he's not. So people will respect him. So all the convicts watching, man, let me hear some stories in the comments of some guys who looked like shark bait, but they definitely weren't. But they could actually defend themselves, and people respected them for that. And also too, man, how do y'all feel about jobs in prison? For me, it all depended upon what prison I was at. If I was at a compound with no movement, you could barely do what you wanted, and you really were just stuck in the dorm all day, I would much rather have a job, so that way my time will go by a lot faster and I'm not just sitting in the dorm all day. But if the compound is open, you can move around, you can do programs, you can pretty much create your own structure and your own schedule. I love this to be a houseman or be a rec orderly, so that way I could fill my time with my own schedule. But let me hear y'all's thoughts. Would you rather have a job like in food service to where you're working all day and time's flying, or would you rather have a job to where you don't work at all and you're stuck in the dorm all day and you can kind of create your own schedule? Let me hear your thoughts and put it in the comments.
But even the veteran inmate is an outsider of sorts. The world of prison has changed and left him behind.
It's sad the way things have changed. Now that I'm older and I come here, I see these kids and get their shanks and run around doing stupid things. They want to be the man. They want the first kill. They want the first stabbing.
Before they come right here, them moves start playing. Young Griff, what's up, man? Bad rules, man.
I was there once too, but I never remember being like they are. Never. There are rules. You're not supposed to steal. I don't like doing time with little kids.
Lopez's new reality is dominated by what officers and inmates call the 90s babies.
I heard there were a couple of shanks in my dormitory. There has been 4 or 5 fights in the dorm I'm in the week that I've been here. I've heard some gang activity going on.
It's been 1 week since Michael Wilds arrived at Jackson, and he's been trying to keep his head down.
I don't prey on anybody. I'm not trying to test anybody. I'm not trying to get into a fight. I'm not trying to make a name for myself. I don't want to be seen. I want to be more like a ghost, really. I guess there is a certain kind of a code as to being a convict here, but from what I can tell, if you stay to yourself, you're gonna be left alone. When I leave here, maybe the records will say that I've been here, but nobody will ever know.
For now, Wild seems to be learning the ropes and how to stay out of harm's way. A challenge Russell Rolfe, Izzy, faces every day.
All right, y'all, we gonna go ahead and stop it right here. Y'all stay locked in for part 2. So look, fam, this your boy E.I. the King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast. And family, look, I got a fire HBO style series on the full episode playlist. It's a chronological journey of my 12 years in prison. It's called The Incarceration. Season 1 has been out, but season 2 is just now coming out. But to access it, you have to become an all access member to this channel. And this is a preview clip of season 2 right here. And a lot of times it's not one-on-one. It's a lot of people getting jumped, a lot of 2-on-2s or 3s-on-5s all day, every day. no exaggeration. When the police see the fighting, majority of the time, they won't even break it up, won't even look, won't even lock down the dorm, just put a blind eye to it and keep on going. Non-stop chaos all day, every day. No exaggeration. Nothing but yelling, fighting, and occasionally stabbings. One thing I began to realize as well at JIT camp is that people had knives for sure, but they call them fence pokers. Little wire that people unravel off the fence posts, they sharpen it up on the floor, and it becomes a knife. But they're small and they're really skinny. So even though they go in and out real quick and real fast and, will puncture people, it's not really deadly unless you hit somebody in the jugular or in the eye or something like that. For the most part, I began to realize at JIT camp that stabbings were just to try to get people off the compound. Because normally when people will get stabbed, they go to medical, they go to confinement, and they transfer them to a different JIT camp for their safety. But in adult camp, it's different. At adult prisons, when people are getting stabbed, it's because someone's trying to kill you. And also, if you didn't know, man, I am a rapper. My artist name is EI the King. You can find my music wherever you listen to your music at. Go to my artist YouTube channel, EI the King, to check out my music videos. Follow me on Instagram, EI the King, TikTok, EI the King Official, and family. I got 3 other YouTube channels. My official artist channel, EI the King. Go check out my music videos, Real Crime Stories Unlocked, and my newest channel, Low Budget Traveling, where I'm sharing with you, our fellow convicts and everyday average American, that it is possible for you and I to travel abroad internationally on a low budget. All the links are going to be at the end of this video. Go ahead and click those links. It's going to take you to my new channels. Subscribe, follow, check out the content. Is fire. And family, we are on the journey to 100,000 subs. Right now we're at 60K. I appreciate all the day one viewers and day one subscribers. If you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so now. Y'all do me a favor, go ahead and like this video. Y'all do me an even greater favor, man. Y'all go ahead and hype this video. And for all the convicts watching, man, if you done time in the county jail, state prison, federal prison, you want to share your incarcerated experiences, email me at eithekingbooking@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram at eitheking_. As I DM you, I'll post your interview up on this channel. If you got a YouTube channel, social media, whatever you want to promote, I'd like to promote it throughout the interview. Y'all stay tapped in for more fire content to continue to come your way. It's your boy EI the King, and I'm out. Peace.